pancake history, pancake history, pancake history, pancake history, pancake history, pancake history. What's up, Will? So a while back, I started thinking about pancakes. I mean, I've thought about pancakes for a long time, but not just as a dish that I can make, but like in the context of history. And don't get me wrong, I still think about new kinds of pancakes to make and trying out new recipes and researching where I can travel to find pancakes that I haven't been able to make myself. Honey ricotta and strawberries? It tastes healthy.
No. Yeah, no, that didn't work.
So that was a fucking huge waste of time. But to get more inspiration to come up with recipes myself, I wanted to know more about the history behind the pancake. Like, where does it come from? How long have we been making pancakes? And how has the pancake evolved through the times, through history? So I decided to dig deep, and this is going to be the first video about the history of the pancake because, as I found out, it's been around for a while. So I started as any millennial would in 2024. I asked ChatGPT, and I got the answer that the exact origin was difficult to pinpoint, but that it's been around for ages. It might have been one of the first kinds of bread, and that they made some kind of pancake during the Roman Empire.
Which, as Voltaire famously pointed out, was not holy or Roman or an empire.
But this didn't answer the question. I didn't want an approximation. I wanted the real answer. So I decided to do some actual research because this would have been a very short video if I didn't. And as you can see, there's a good portion left of the video. To find out what the first pancake was, we first need to define what a pancake is. When is pancake? We need to know what is pancake. And when I first started my channel, I created a document for all my recipes, and I felt I had to be pretty liberal in my definition of what a pancake was, or there would not be too many videos that I could make. But to be more scientific for this video, at least, or for this series of videos, I decided to look up what other people have defined a pancake to be. And that's when I found the book Pancake, A Global History by Ken Albala. He defines a pancake to be a starch-based comestible, which is a fancy word for edible, poured as a batter onto a hot surface and cooked until solid. Normally round, formed by gravity, but he also adds that it can be made in a mold or drizzled into any number of free-form shapes. He also states that they can be flat or fluffy, big or small, made at home, bought in a restaurant, or at a street vendor. But a pancake is always made from a poured batter rather than a dough. At least for, you know, these videos' purpose. So for these videos, we're gonna go by that definition by Ken, the Ken pancake, where a pancake is made from a starch-based batter poured onto a hot surface, either free-forming under gravity or into a mold, and cooked until solid. And now we can start looking for the first pancake. So looking around, I found many different dates and timelines of where the first pancake came from. This website, JapanesePancakeWorld.com, says that the first pancake dates back to the 16th century, and it's called Funo-Yaki. It was created by Seni. Doesn't matter. And then Little Dorrit at this website, History in the Making, she says that the first written recipe of pancakes in Europe, it also comes from the 16th century. Little Dorrit also writes on the History in the Making. She writes about how, you know, our friend from earlier, Ken Albala, he suggests that the 17th century Dutch people created what he calls the first truly modern pancake. But this isn't good enough. It's not good enough. But none of these pancakes can possibly be the first. So I decided to dig deeper. But before we go into the really old pancakes, this video took a really long time to make. And not just because I had to do actual research, but also because this is the first time I made this kind of video. And I must have rewritten the script at least 8 times during the filming of this video. So, if you like this and or my other videos, I mean, that's also allowed, please subscribe and comment when you think the first pancake was invented. No cheating though, no cheating. Then I found this article from National Geographic, written by Rebecca Rupp, where she in 2018 wrote about the first pancake. She had found sources dating the invention of the pancake further back than any other source had before, at least that I could find. First, she writes about how Otti the Iceman, you know, the dude from northern Italy that they found in 1991 and who died probably around 5,000 years ago, he had remains in his stomach that researchers suggest were some kind of pancake. But that was not the oldest pancake, according to her. She also writes that an analysis of starch grains on 30,000-year-old grinding tools suggests that Stone Age cooks were making flour, which researchers guess was likely mixed with water and baked on a hot, possibly greased rock. So 30,000-year-old pancakes. I was pretty pleased with this, to be honest. But I decided to do a little bit more research. Search around just a little bit, maybe I have missed something, because I usually miss something. And this led me to an article written in the Smithsonian magazine. It's written by Grace Linden, or Lindian, as we would say in Sweden, who is a writer and historian in London. In her article from 2022, some researchers in northern Iraq found the charred remains of some of the world's oldest cooking leftovers, defined as flat cakes prepared from a starch-based batter, writing that it looked like the seeds were soaked before they were cooked, and they suggest that the food underwent something like a flat preparation. The way that the researchers did this was using powerful microscopes to figure out if the samples they found were once food, how old they might be, and comparing them to existing knowledge about plants using guides on specific plant genera and families. But according to an actual scientist, this was the first pancake, and it was made 70,000 years ago by Neanderthals in northern Iraq. And looking at what we decided a pancake to be earlier in this video, it has to be made from a starch-based batter, poured onto a hot surface, either free-forming under gravity or cooked in a mold and cooked until solid, which this was. So, 70,000 years ago, the Neanderthals invented the pancake, and this, to me, is crazy. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about, or going to take a look at, how pancakes were made during the Holy Roman Empire.
Which was not holy, or Roman, or an empire.
So subscribe, because you don't want to miss this. We're also going to start cooking these old pancakes, like going forward. So, okay.